Hey there, Churchill. We're back with another episode of Churchill Phys Ed Grills. I'm going to show you guys a recipe that me and my wife make sometimes in the summer. It's a salad with a bunch of grilled stuff that goes along with it. It's kind of our take on what we call a Caprese salad, which is an Italian salad, but we're kind of adding a few extra things to it. And one thing that we always like to use in the summertime is fresh tomatoes and a lot of fresh herbs in a lot of our recipes. So got some tomato plants growing right now at our house. Got some kale growing up in this guy. Got some pepper plants growing there. And then right now this is our basil plant that we got growing. Pretty easy. Herbs are pretty cheap to buy. They generally grow pretty good. It's always good to kind of add a little bit extra to your recipe. So I'm going to show you guys our grilled caprese salad. So a few different things here for our salad. Picked a bunch of fresh basil, which I'm going to cut up. We got some fresh tomatoes. I got these actually from Reuben's Vegetables. There's a couple locations for these guys around Lethbridge. One of them is just by Legacy Ridge, kind of by the 7-Eleven there, and then there's another one that is by Canadian Tire on the south side. We got some paneer. So paneer is a cheese that is used in a lot of Indian dishes, East Indian dishes, and some people use this as kind of a replacement for protein, but it grills up pretty good, and so we're going to use that. We got some chicken that I cut up, chicken breasts that I kind of cut up into smaller pieces so they grill easily. Got some fresh greens here that we're going to use for our salad. These Great Northern blends are grown here in Canada, so it's a little bit, they're pretty easy to get and they're pretty inexpensive. And then the last major ingredient is a pesto that my wife kind of zipped up here. It's got fresh basil, cilantro, it's got fresh garlic in it, olive oil, a little bit of salt, and then it's got a little bit of lemon juice in there as well. We're going to use that as kind of a dressing. I'll talk about how to make that after. Okay, a couple things for our basil. Pretty easy to cut up. Obviously they come in kind of bigger leaves. Usually to cut those up, I just kind of like stack them all together and then roll them, kind of make like a little half roll. Then when you go to cut them, just make sure that your fingers are out of the way and just kind of cut them into little strips. Okay, so then it makes nice little strips like this. Okay, now for our greens. Okay, pretty much kind of my thing with the greens is kind of the more the merrier. I got a nice big salad bowl that I like to use here, and peel this open. Okay, for the greens I usually go for like a couple big handfuls into the bowl. Really fill it up because they're high in vitamins. Okay, not really any reason to kind of skimp on them. They're the base of the salad. So have a whole bunch of greens there in your bowl because you're going to top it off with a bunch of different things. Okay, after that we got our fresh tomatoes here. I like keeping the tomatoes in kind of bigger pieces. So for myself, really enjoy tomatoes. Probably going to take about 3 or 4 of them. When you go to cut the tomatoes, some people will cut kind of the stem area out. Up to you, just make sure your tomatoes are clean. I like just kind of holding them at the sides. Okay, have a nice sharp knife so it cuts really easy. Okay, so now they cut in half. These ones are really nice. You can see inside, they're nice and dark inside. They taste really good too. They're really sweet. So usually cut these into about 8 sections per tomato. Okay, and then just take those sections, just toss them onto your salad. Okay, next up we got our paneer. I wasn't really ever into paneer until a little bit recently. It's like an unripened cheese, kind of similar to like fresh mozzarella cheese, but it's quite a bit firmer. Pretty low calorie for cheese, lower fat, quite high in protein as well. Lots of paneer that you'll find that like the fat and protein contents are pretty close to each other. So again, this is a good option for people who are like vegetarians and stuff like that. I'm not vegetarian, but I just like it. It kind of adds something else to your dish, and it grills up really easy as well. So I'm going to cut up some paneer and we're going to throw it on the grill. I'm also going to have chicken on mine as well, but I'm just going to show you guys kind of what paneer is like. Okay, this is paneer. So it kind of has the look and texture of like really firm tofu. Not really much to look at out of the package, but you can do lots of different stuff with it. Again, you can grill with it, you can marinate it, and then kind of cook it up, or you can just kind of eat it as is. A lot of people, again, as I mentioned, will throw it in different dishes as kind of like a substitute for tofu or different meats. So sometimes you'll find it in stir fries, different curries and stuff like that, and we'll be throwing it. I just chopped up some of that paneer kind of into cubes. You can leave it whole and grill it up and then cut it after if you want, but I just wanted a little bit more surface area, get a little bit crispier. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little bit of this pesto dressing that my wife blended up here again. A lot of herbs. A lot of people in pesto will put like Parmesan cheese and some different stuff in there. I'm going to take a little bit of this, just use it as kind of a seasoning. Okay. And I'm going to toss this in here. And then we're going to throw that on the grill with our chicken. Okay, so use that same pesto just as a quick little marinade for the chicken as well. This is some chicken breast, again, that got in a big pack, cut into smaller pieces. If you enjoy grilling chicken, this is a good choice. Chicken breast can dry out a little bit if you overcook it, so you gotta be careful. Make sure you're watching your chicken on the grill. My personal favorite is chicken thigh. A little bit of a different type of meat. It's more dark meat, higher fat content, but I do find chicken thighs work really, really well on the grill. Basically impossible to overcook them, but chicken breast was on sale, so that's what we're going with today. Okay, so grill's nice and hot here. We're sitting just at about 500 degrees. Just clean it off to make sure that there's not too much sitting around on there. So we're gonna take our chicken, we're gonna get on that grill fast, okay? Get that nice sizzle going. Always important to make sure anything you put on the grill should have a little bit of oil or something, just to make sure it doesn't stick. Luckily that pesto marinade has some olive oil in it. I'm going to throw my chicken kind of near the back so it gets that high heat on it. And then we're going to close that up, get that going. We're going to flip it part way through, and then once we get some nice grill marks going on that, we'll throw the paneer here in the basket so it doesn't fall through. Get that grown up as well, and then we'll show you guys the finished product. Okay, so we got our paneer here in the grill basket. We got the chicken going. I can't tell you, ladies and gents, you gotta try this for yourself. The smell when this stuff hits the grill, that fresh garlic, those fresh herbs, it's amazing. Okay, one other thing to remember here whenever you guys are making salad, lots of people go out and buy salad dressing at the store. That's okay, but if you get in the habit of having some staples in your kitchen, making salad dressing at home usually makes way better salad dressing. So I got a couple things here. I got some fresh lemon juice. Okay, this is balsamic vinegar and some good olive oil. I'm gonna just kind of shake this up together with a little bit of that pesto and make a quick little salad dressing for this. All right, now we can get a little bit of a better view. This is what that paneer is looking like, getting all nice and crispy and brown. Okay, chicken's getting all nice and grilled up. I'm gonna pull that off in a sec. Okay, chop up the chicken, throw the paneer on, add our dressing, and we got our salad. Okay, so we got our greens, our basil, our paneer all grilled up in here. We got our tomatoes. Last thing we need is our chicken. So took it off the grill, let it cool for a couple minutes, and now I'm just going to kind of cut it into pieces about the same size as the paneer. Again, this is pretty easily made into a vegetarian or even vegan dish. People that are vegan, if they don't want to use the paneer, you can do the same thing with tofu, marinate that up. There's lots of different kind of meatless options nowadays that you can use. Yeah, there's like Gardein options and Eve's options, and they make a lot of meat substitute kind of products. And again, same kind of idea. You can marinate those, throw those on the grill. It would work really well as a protein substitute. Because again, especially for people in high school, you guys are still growing, you need to have a decent source of protein in your diet so your body has the raw materials to be growing properly. So now we have our chicken, okay, all grilled up, all chopped up. I'm going to add that into our salad, and then I'm going to dress the whole salad, and we are good to go. Okay, so dressing that we made, Okay, threw it in this little container, just a little Tupperware container, just to shake it up, make sure everything's all mixed nicely. Pretty easy to clean these as well, so you don't have to dirty up the bowl. And then just pour it on. We got our finished salad. Okay, so we got our, in this case, grilled caprese salad, grilled chicken, and paneer. Okay, with a homemade balsamic vinaigrette. Hope you guys try this at home.
Thanks.